What's up with it?
You already know.
We in there. What's
We
happening?
back. Another episode 143. Family knows best. The Fiyah Session.
Yeah,
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
let's get it in. Let's get it in.
Yeah. All right. So y'all already see we got a different face on the screen with us tonight. So before we even spin the block and do anything different, we gotta let you know who our special guest is for the night. He's a returner. So you know what I'm saying? He's a
Yeah,
friend of the show. We got Uncle Dolomite joining us tonight. Thank you for joining us, my brother.
Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. How y'all doing?
he rolling with us tonight. We in there.
Facts, facts,
We in there like
facts, facts.
swimwear.
Yeah, so if y'all watched the show before, if y'all tuned in to Uncle Dolly shows, y'all already know what to expect, you know what I'm saying? So expect some special magic to happen tonight. We're gonna have some real conversation, talking about
Facts.
some real things with a real topic. We're talking about toxic family members, man. And it's one of those deals where I'm pretty sure the audience has plenty of stories. We got plenty of stories, sadly. But we want to try to talk about it, but we want to try to at least give you some tools to help you deal with your own situations, right?
Facts.
So that's what we all about here at the Fire Session. We're gonna give you some entertainment, but we gonna educate you as well. Before we
Gotta
get
do that. Gotta
yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
So before we get started, we like to go around and check on our people. Uncle Dolly, how your week started off so far, my brother?
Phenomenal, honestly. I
Yeah,
just did my 200th episode, my 41st birthday. I had sugar free in the house.
Yeah,
fire.
I was tapped into that joint. Yeah, that was dope. Now, how long did that joint go? Because Instagram be cutting you off at like an hour or so.
Man, we did 2 hours, dog. We had to restart the live on my personal page.
Right. Yeah, that
Uh,
was that joint was dope, man.
How you doing?
2 hours. See,
What's up
that's
with it? Two
yeah, yeah,
hours,
yeah.
man. That was dope though, man. He pulled up on you, man, and because you know how we dig sugar free, so you know what I'm saying that was dope to get that.
Yeah, live from the sanctuary, dog.
It was lit for your
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sugar Free a legend, man. So, definitely when I saw that first, before I even saw the episode, I tuned in to Dolly's broadcast. So I see
Right,
Sugar Free in the comments. I'm like, wait a minute,
right,
wait a minute. So you know how you tune into people's, lives and you see comments and you're like, man, I'm gonna click on, the name to see if this really him. Cause people be stealing folks'
right,
names
right.
on IG all the time. I clicked on it, went straight to his page. I'm like, wait a minute. This dude got Sugar Free in the comments. Really,
Yeah,
really out here spitting the game in the comment. Okay.
I
Yeah,
love it,
that's my
love it.
dog, man.
Hey,
He
that's
was
Definitely
uh
one of
he,
my
he was
streets.
just at the Champagne Lounge. What was it? About a couple weeks ago. Did a set over there. So I wish I could have got a chance to go check him out
Yeah, I'm having back on the show soon.
for sure.
That's what's up. And you said you celebrated your 41st birthday. Happy birthday, my brother.
Thank you
What
very much.
45?
41.
41st. One.
41, 40.
Yeah,
Well,
don't put no years
No,
on me.
no. That's Benji. Benji's 45. he trying to
yeah,
line.
I just
He
hit that
trying to
four
line you up
five.
with him. He trying
I
to
just
line
hit
you up
that
with
four
him.
five. Yeah, I just hit that 4-5. Man, oof, crazy. It's all right though. I feel better than I did when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So we straight.
Yeah, it's definitely birthday season because a couple weeks ago, Trisha Michelle celebrated her birthday.
Right.
Last
Absolutely.
week, Benji celebrated his birthday. Then Dolly celebrating his birthday. It's birthday season for y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
man.
It's
digging.
turn up season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Get in that
For
joint.
sure, for sure. All right, Trisha Michelle, thank you for joining us. Ma'am, we know what we already doing. We going around checking on our people. So how has your week started off so far, man?
The family is
Uh-oh.
family, so we're gonna get into it. But, but no, it's. I mean, outside of that, it's a good week for me. I feel great. Tuesdays be my busy day though, so yeah, I was flying everywhere. I literally got here and it was 6:20. So when I walked in the house,
It's all right. We know
Busy lady.
we know women be late every now and then. So
that's straight from work to picking up the girl to straight to the house. Literally, boom, boom, boom.
Well, we ain't gonna say women, Benji. People
Yeah.
are busy people, and we appreciate your efforts, Trisha Michelle. So
No, thank
shout
you.
out to you. Shout out to you.
You're
Benji
my
Banks, the man, the brand. how's your week started off so far, guy?
Man, it's been dope. Yeah, got a whole bunch going on. So trying to put everything in motion. So every day is a call, every day is a this, a that, making things happen. So when you create your own narrative, when you create your own space, when you put yourself in a certain space, that comes with a lot of, tugs and pulls on you. You know what I'm saying? So, but we up. You know what I'm saying? So stuff we prayed for. So I'm fortunate to be in the position. So.
There you go.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I think we're all fortunate, man. I think some days you get up and you take things for granted, but as Benji mentioned, with Benji being 45, I'm
Phew.
43. Dolly
Y'all
said
getting
he's
old.
41. I mean, we're experienced in life a little bit, so we appreciate it for what it is, and we know what it is to be on the other side of that. For not, we didn't have some bad days at this point. By the time you in your 40s, you didn't experience some bad days, some bad experiences. So you know what to be thankful for. So we definitely thankful.
Y'all
That's for
getting
sure.
old, man.
You keep saying that just because you old and short. Just embrace that.
I mean, I'm just saying, man. Y'all getting old. I'm aging backwards. You know what I'm saying? So y'all getting old. I'm sorry.
Sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
No, it's proven. I can still do a backflip.
This is
Do
all you have to
do
talk
I
about.
need to prove this again?
Or
No,
maybe.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Don't leave one around. Don't leave one
Don't do
around.
it. Don't. Hey, he
I'm
go
just
look at
saying.
the video. He go look at the
Look at the video
video
because he's not going to
because
do it
we
again.
need you on the show. I don't need you with a broken neck brace from some freak accident. We know you can do a backflip. All right, we good. We good on that. See,
Just
this
The
is what's
show with
wrong.
a cast on.
See,
He can still show up and show out. See, I agree.
See, there you go.
this is what's wrong with old people. So you get old and you let people talk you into doing stuff, trying to prove that you're not old, and then one day they're right, and it don't work out the way you thought it was,
Man,
and then you end up on the IG meme. So
man,
Benji, we don't want you on the meme.
I'm on my tennis game right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm backhanding that joint.
Are you still at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know your body was hurt that first week.
No doubt. But get you know what I'm saying? Keeping yourself active. You know what I'm saying? Out there hitting the tennis. But now this is crazy though. How in the world do they hit that ball 120 miles per hour and keep it in between them lines? I'm telling you, that's crazy. But I got skills. I'm gonna be challenging some people next on the tennis game. I'm just saying, we're gonna invite you to the courts and give you this work.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's where he's gonna be getting wheeled off the court at.
Yeah. That's okay. Hey, like you said, trying to get some physical activity in, especially as you get older, is very important. You know what I'm saying? So stay active, my people. Stay active.
Yeah, we don't want y'all to get old out there. You know what I'm saying?
There's many other ways to do that.
Yeah. If you're active, at least you have a smaller chance of your back getting bigger. So, you know what I'm saying? At least stay active a little bit.
I mean, hey, if you're trying to keep up with me, I'm just saying you're gonna need to work out a little bit. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right, y'all. All right, let's jump into this topic, man. Like we were talking about earlier, we're talking about toxic family members, man. Family knows best. That's what we were taught, bro. Growing up, that's what we used to always say, family. And for me personally, that was drilled into me because we have such a large family, especially on my mom's side, close knit. But as you get older, you start to see people differently. You start to see family members differently. They start to act differently.
Right.
And, you start to realize when people's needs change, they change based on their needs. So, I know we all got stories about toxic family members and things. And, years ago, I didn't even think about this type of stuff. But now I definitely have seen some toxic behavior. And I know y'all tired of people utilizing the word toxic all the time.
All right.
And it's overused and abused, but this is what they call it. Okay.
I was saying when it's necessary, when it's toxic, it's toxic. It's toxic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
people use the word because all the time. It just fits.
this
Yeah.
fit, right?
Facts. So, my question I wanted to start off with was a very simple question, and I'm going somewhere with this. So I'm taking a page out of Benji's Past Life Preacher book. Okay.
Right.
So, preacher say I'm going somewhere with this.
Right.
All right. So this is for the panel, this is for the audience. Do you know how or why most diseases spread so rampantly without notice by most? Anybody want to take that? Anybody want to answer that?
That's a good question. Take that one, Patricia. Take that one.
You just gonna give it to me like I was.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I had to pass.
I wasn't out here like, hold on, I got it.
I had to pass the ball.
Say it again real quick.
Okay. Do you know why or how most diseases spread so rampantly without notice by most?
They ignore it.
Excuses.
Excuses.
You
said they
think
ignore
it's because people don't go to the doctor and get checked out?
That could be. I'm going to give you all the answer that I found when I do my research.
Or are you talking about like diseases that pass through families rampantly?
I'm gonna parallel something
like
here.
STD, or are we talking about?
Well, it could be that. But see, here's the thing: with any disease, right? Most of the time, people that have it don't know they have it, right? Mm-hmm. So what they do is they go into a situation or an area where other people are, and they affect other people and infect other people, and they don't even know they have it, right? So it just keeps spreading. And then some people
about themselves and minding their own business.
Some people don't even know they have it, right? You got to know you have it. Well, that's the thing, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. See, the problem with most toxic family members is they don't believe that they're toxic. So they just continue to go about their lives being toxic and passing that along to other people. So they catch it just like a disease, and it just keeps going around.
And in most cases, the behavior is allowed. So when you are giving somebody, you know what I'm saying, a pass all the time, you know what I'm saying? Anytime I think of these stories, I always think of the story of Leatherface. Now, this is a bit extreme, but like his mom allowed him to do that in the basement, like whatever he wanted to do. And it was cool. You get what I'm saying? Like, so he just built up this, thing to do whatever he wanted to do. And the back of your mind, you're like, how in the world does somebody allow that to go forth and take place like that on a constant basis? To me, that's crazy. That blows my mind every time I think of it. I watch it.
Your family, that's your child. You gotta hold it down no matter what, deal with it, love, unconditional, and all that stuff. So then we let that embedded in our minds, and then we got this dude down in the basement killing all the kids and people in the neighborhood, and we over here, but that's my baby.
Yeah, shit. I had a homeboy that was in and out of prison, and his mom would brag about him getting locked up. Like, yeah, my baby, he don't play that shit, so he back in prison because you know how it go with my baby. I'm like, that ain't nothing cool.
Right.
And not at all. At all, man.
The reason he's in and out of prison is because of your dumb ass.
Okay, flex on us then, sis.
With the whole side eye. Validating immature behavior.
Yep.
A lot of people just validate immaturity and allow it to continue. And now, believe it or not, that's embedded in our culture. I wouldn't just say ours, but overall, it's cultural now. Like you literally told to shut up. Don't say nothing about so and so, so and so. So
yeah, I think that's every culture because just like you mentioned, the Leatherface was in the basement. You got, and now it's different. You got Timmy in the basement building bombs, and parents know about it. We got people in the basement doing a lot of stuff, and the parents know about it because that's their baby. They like, well, he won't do that. He wouldn't do such a thing. He's just, being a boy. He's just being a young man. And a lot of times, like you said earlier, people, are in denial about stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the biggest, one of the biggest issues with the toxic family member dynamic is we're all in denial, right? Certain family members you're okay with cutting off, right? Because you don't have that closer connection with them anyway. They're related by blood, but it's not like, you know, it's not like somebody you grew up with or somebody you super cool with. But it's the ones that you're super cool with that are toxic, that you have an issue cutting off, or you have an issue changing the dynamics of, and those are the people that hurt us the most because they're the closest to us.
Right.
Right.
And we've experienced that. I'm sure once we get to that space where we talk about, you know, our particular family members, man, you've just seen some stuff that just like, this is funny because Sugar Free has a line in one of his songs that says the kid saw the father do it, so he thought that it was cool to do it as well. And so it's just this whole thing where it's passed down of let's just do whatever we want to do, no matter what the behavior is, and then it becomes accepted.
Right.
Yeah, and then like there's also the bullshit that goes on in people family that everybody know what's going on, but don't nobody want to speak on it. Like that nasty uncle that they tell the kids to stay away from.
Right. And there's a reason why and the story behind it, but don't nobody want to uncover that part. But
yeah, like y'all need to get him the fuck away from the family in general, not just the kids.
Yeah,
like
that's exactly what I was going to say. Instead of telling the kids to stay away from him, how about you tell him to stay away, period? Because you know what type of animal he is.
Yeah, because you know, like I tell people all the time, like it's a different time now. Like I couldn't imagine that in my family because we're gonna fuck that uncle up.
Right. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just mandatory now. It's like, but you know, when you told to not say something, that's when you realize, of course, when you're young, you don't realize it. But when you get older, then you realize like we was really told not to say nothing about that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and as you get older, you start to realize like, yo, that was wild. Like, but in the moment, you just listening or you being obedient, so to speak. And you know, the major issues, but man, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is like in generations past, it just was a culture of we just gonna let the norm be the norm. Boys gonna be boys, men gonna be men.
Right.
That's just what happens. Like just like, you know, domestic violence, cheating, having a family across the street. Like, oh, you know, he just mad. That's just what he do. I got a black eye. It's not that bad. Let me just put some ice on it. Don't worry about me. You know, he just got an attitude. I should have shut up when he told me to shut up. And it's like, no, nigga, you're not supposed to be getting your ass whooped like that. But back in the days, letting bullshit slide was just what we did.
Right.
We're still doing it sometime today too, because as long as he paying them house bills, we don't really know what she putting up with. Or in reverse, we don't know these stories, but they want this man that's paying for everything. It looked good, but he could be whooping her ass. But he's paying all her bills, which making it okay because he's taking care of her. Yeah, he's taking care of her in two different ways. We don't know. You never know.
I tell people that all the time when they look at these pages on Instagram of these rich and famous couples moving around and doing all this fly shit. Like that nigga whooping her ass in Dubai.
I mean, that's not funny, but it's like you really just don't know. And people be hashtag goes, oh my God. I mean, look at everybody wanted to be like Will and Jada. What's the name? He took it out of his song. Like, he don't nobody want that no more. But look at what
said, I want that real love, that beep.
Them bleep the whole thing out of that joint. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't real love. I don't know what that is.
In all honesty, I ain't gonna say everyone, but a lot of the very wealthy people that I've met, they got some mental problems, man. And I like it's just some stuff you just be like, man, I couldn't see myself selling myself out to accomplish that if I'm gonna be like that. You get what I'm saying? And it's a crazy space when you think of it, but some people are willing to take that risk, you know what I'm saying, no matter what it is, no matter if it, you know, if it some people get praised for beating up women. You get what I'm saying? So it's a thing.
I think people end up in those spaces though. I don't think most of them go into it knowing that that's going to end up happening to them, or that they're going to end up in that space mentally. But like we were having a chat before the show about people with money, and the spaces that they're in, and the situations that they're in, and the pressure that they're under, causes these mental issues to arise in these people.
That's
and
true.
It's something that we don't have that level of money or that level of influence, so we don't understand what they've experienced or what they're going through. So that's a hard dynamic to look at and say, man, I wouldn't do that. But if somebody's offering you $3 million, you know what I'm saying, like it's easy for us to say that because nobody's sitting in front of us with 3 mil. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I mean, the different situations, are easy for us to look at from the outside and say what we would do. And that's part of what toxic family members do. They see your situation and they gossip about you, right? And
freaked on it.
Yeah, I mean, because I know some of you all out there have been at family functions, and you walk through the door, or you walk through the back gate at the cookout, and everybody, because you already know, and that's terrible, right? Like, you expect people who don't love you to maybe gossip about you, but the people who are supposed to love you and be your support system, your built-in support system from birth, those people are talking and gossiping about you, man.
Different animal, for sure.
The ones who know the most about you got the juiciest gossip about you.
Or so they think they know the most.
Man,
or they want to know, and so they create a narrative just so they can. And that's part of the crazy behavior, the toxic behavior that you can experience also.
I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of them do know the information because your mama done told your Aunt Judy, and your Aunt Judy done told your grandma, and grandma talked to everybody.
Right.
That's why you got to know which one run their mouth. Because I know, Mama, I love you. Only certain things go to you that I'm okay with.
Grandma might not even realize she doing it. You know what I'm saying? Grandma say, well, pray for old Jimmy Lee. He got that. he got that disease. And we're just gonna pray for him. And then she just asking for somebody to pray for him, and then it goes from there. It's like grandma said Jimmy Lee got HIV. She said disease. She didn't say what it was.
Yeah, he got the unshakable.
Hey, man. And it just takes legs, and it just go all over the place.
And a lot of your family feel entitled to your business.
That's
facts.
Like
that's
they get offended when you don't tell them some shit. Like
they get upset with you when you don't clue them in.
Yeah, if you not telling them every move that you make, they feel like you being secretive or sneaky or holding something back from them.
I feel like it fuels them even more to create false narratives because they don't know. So then they start making up junk. Oh, it's
speculation.
It's the Jay-Z and Beyonce effect. Like, remember when Jay-Z and Beyonce first started dating and they didn't want to say nothing to nobody, so people just start making up shit like, oh, they've been dating since Beyonce was 16. Like
no,
y'all niggas just gonna start making up shit now.
Like, it's just like, what? But yeah, I believe family feels the need, like they are entitled to your business because they're family. And then when they don't know it, they start making up this narrative about you and what you really do and who you are, and they just run with that one. And then since they got to gossip, they run it to all the family.
Yeah, there's a quote going around on social media that says, "Don't let your family mess up your family."
Yeah, that's I used to say on Facebook all the time, I just wish I had as much money as my family think I got.
Facts.
Hey, when they think you're wealthy, they call you out the blue, fam. Like, hold on, man, how much can you let me hold something? And then you let them hold something. And then they promise they're going to pay you back. And then they hit you up again. And then they keep hitting you up. And then
multiple.
$4,800.
It's like, hold on, dog. Like,
Jay-Z's cousin. Shout out Jay-Z cousin.
Need that 5 stacks. I need that.
Yeah, and that's get that 4,800 about you, cuzzo. I know you got it.
And that's why.
Listen here, Pimpin', I had to work for this.
But that's why it's important to, like the old saying goes, you got to teach a man how to fish. You don't give him the fish. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's where people, you can really tell who's willing to do what they really say they're gonna do for the money, if that's the case.
Right.
If a person comes to you and say, hey, I need this amount of money. I forgot what other celebrity it was. It was another celebrity that they had interviewed, kind of asking him about the Jay-Z question. And he said he's done something similar, but what he would do is he would give them the money and he would ask them for a business plan and see kind of help them
What
set
their
up a
head is,
business
right.
plan with it. And then that's it. But once he gives that to them, they can't ask him for any more money. They can't ask him for any more help or anything. That's the caveat. And they have to sign paperwork saying that. So that's it. They have an understanding. And sometimes, man, it's sad because a lot of people don't understand business. Business and
Right.
and family don't go hand in hand. They
I was
Blood
they
and
told that
money
at an
don't
earlier.
mix like two
Yeah.
dicks and no bitch.
find
It
yourself
just
in
don't.
serious for
This is
real. So, even with family, when you start doing business, you need a contract, you need paperwork,
right.
you need some boundaries. And that's one thing that when you're dealing with family members, that's another thing that affects you negatively because you have boundaries or you don't have boundaries, and that allows them to do the foolery that they do, right? So that's one thing.
If you give them the license to do it, the old saying, if you give them an inch, they're gonna take a yard. If you give them the license to do it, I promise you they're gonna do it. It's built in to do wild stuff. It's just built in you. It's there. And if you open that door, if you open that space for somebody, they're gonna walk in it for sure. Because
Yeah.
that's where they get their rocks off when you know what I'm saying, when they get a chance to just do whatever they want to do. And if you apply, you know what I'm saying, some of that, you know what I'm saying, like, nah, fam, we don't rock like that. That's how you'll know real quick that what folks be on the real, because they'll reject you respecting what you got going on. They won't even rock with you in that space.
Mhm.
And that's why you set the tone early. Like I believe in acting Hollywood before I get in my first movie. Like I'm not even like even while I'm right here, like I said on my show, like keep whatever energy that you had while I was right here when I get up here.
Right.
So
Facts.
if we barely spoke when I wasn't nothing, nigga, we barely speaking forever. Nigga,
Right.
don't remember my phone number when you see me on TV. Don't remember
Right.
my Instagram when you see me at the
Wouldn't share
airport, when you
nothing.
see me around the celebrities. Like, oh damn, man, it's been a long time. Sure has, and it's gonna be
Right.
a longer time the
Longer
next
time,
time I
right.
see your motherfucking ass.
You're
And
right.
won't share nothing right now. Won't even give a player a like, won't even give a player a
Yeah,
quick
nigga, you couldn't
share.
hit the share button, the like, nigga. Like I said
Easiest
on
things to
TikTok,
do.
you see them little eyeballs, like, oh, I know you watched the gang of my shit. I know you seen it.
I know you got to. You can't miss.
They was on the live.
We here every
Yeah.
2 weeks, every week.
Yeah, nigga, I saw your motherfucking ass. So nah, nigga, keep ignoring me like you ignored me, nigga. I want to see that same eyeball when I blow up.
Facts.
It's a fact.
Stay a spectator, my nigga.
I say that all the time too, man. It's sad too when you're working on anything, when you're building anything. I made a post the other day say when you're building a house, nobody wants to come help you build it, but as soon as you're done with it, people want to come over and party in it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's exactly what toxic family members do. They don't want to support you. They don't want to be a part of the growth process, but they want to celebrate with you. You know what I'm saying? And
They
that's
would get it done in the
Man,
first place.
you know what's crazy? One of my favorite books this deep into my adulthood, because honestly, a lot of my favorite books I read in like kindergarten. The Little Red Hen. Remember the Little Red
Bro
Hen
went
when it was
way
like,
back.
are you gonna
I know
help
the
me
story.
bake
I
this
know the name.
bread? Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the chicken. Not I. Like, did nobody want to help the hen do a motherfucking thing? But once the hen got done cooking everything, everybody was hungry with a plate. Like, nah, motherfucker, not I. You ain't eating shit.
He said, not
Like,
I.
I
It ain't
I
happening.
love that book.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's how you got to be, man. And that's another problem that we're going to talk about when dealing with toxic family members is having those
Right.
boundaries enough to be able to tell them, you know what? No. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
good on
It's
you.
Oh,
it's
I thought it was
hard.
that guy.
It's hard to tell people especially people that you love, know, right? And they make you
It
feel.
ain't
They try
never
to
been
guilt trip
hard
you.
for me though.
Yeah, I finna
Well,
say, nigga, I fell in love with the word no when I noticed how many people don't support shit that I do, but they see it.
Right.
That's when it becomes easy to say no. When you think about like,
Absolutely.
damn, man, when I was on the grind and I was trying to get you to help me, nigga, I'm gonna say no like you said no to me. So it's not really all that difficult.
It's not no more, especially when you get older. Your blood pressure is different, your tolerance level is different, your who you want to be around is different, who you engage with is different. As you get older, man, you start like, you know what, man, I ain't even got time for that. Like I got too much mental capacity I got to put into dealing with trying to make this money, trying to keep this whole boat together, keep this thing floating, keep this thing working. I ain't got time to deal with you and your lack of non-support. Like you ain't like, why would I spend my time over there? So you almost make yourself irrelevant now in this space that we in now as adults. So
yep. All right. So I want to take this time to hear some of the stories from the cast, man. I know we all got at least one story we can tell. If Trish Michelle, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
go first, Patricia. Go nah.
You said a story of
This is the second time I done passed the ball to you.
Right. You just keep passing
Get
the
it.
ball. I'm not, you just assisting out here.
Yes, I'm dishing you the rock.
So I have, first of all, it's just a whole just toxicity just all in there. And I think it's just generations to pass down toxicity. So the main thing that y'all talk about is like just feeling entitled to people's business and like being involved, but not knowing what the heck is going on and gossiping. So like my grandma did it, my mom does it. She tries to get a little better with it, but then like my siblings do it, and you only gonna see what I post on social media. You don't really know what's going on in my life and in my world. And then I am a private person. So the stuff like I'm not telling nobody really nothing. I really don't go be like, hey mom, like I need to figure this out. I got this problem with this person. Like I really don't. So like that part for one, they be all in my business. They just all in my business.
I mean, you lit on social media.
I am, and that's okay. I'm lit on social media, but I live a real life. Like, and I take care of business, and I handle bills, and I hustle, and I work trying to grow business, and all these other things. But you don't know what I'm doing. I raise these kids, and then according to them, you know, I've abandoned them. But my kid's 19 and whatever. But you know, it's a lot of in my business.
Right.
But so the main one, me and my sister right above me, we about 3 months on, 3 years off. 3 months on, 3 years off because we can't.
Right.
It's just we're not a match. Like it's a lot of toxic emotional from her, and then it's like misconstrued and taken into a context of like I'm being the one that's like aggressive when I'm really just like dismissive. Like, look, you're gonna talk crazy. I'm not gonna answer you. She don't like that. She just boom, it blows up. But that's just me protecting my peace. Talk to me when you get done with all the extras. Like, but when I do that, I'm rude. So it's like pushed off on me as being I'm rude because I'm choosing my peace. Now I didn't say we can't talk about it. I said get it together, come back when you feel like being respectful. And I'm not sunning you. I'm not none of that. I'm just saying, chill with your mouth, get it together, and let's come back. But it's a force like, you're so messed up, get this, get that. And it's like, that's a little toxic that I'm like, and then another thing was they want me to live a certain way. They don't like that party. And then I have fun and then I live and enjoy life. But quite frankly, I like to enjoy life. And I'm not going to not do it until like, I can't. Like, then I'm going to want to when I can't. Like, so no. But then you're mad about that because I won't be that. So to me, that's kind of toxic too. Like you want me to be this, but because I'm not that, you mad at me because I won't do what you want in my life.
Right.
That's a little bit too much involvement. So those, you know, some little things. Then I'll give you a first 48 story, but I ain't gonna go all the way into detail.
Damn.
But
I mean,
I told y'all my grandma was the ringleader. Rest in peace. I love her soul though. But she did a whole lot of like mental warfare, like just a lot of stuff with my cousin that lived with her to the point where my cousin, it became so toxic in that household. And he had his own like mental bipolar schizophrenia. I think we touched on that one time in the mental episode, he felt like his only way out was to try to get rid of her.
Damn.
So
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot of toxicity. So that's why my peace is important, and that's why I really stay in my corner. I don't mind. To me, I don't, unless your health and wealth is at stake. As far as my family, I really don't want to know your business like that. Like, live your life, like whatever it is, who you dating, who you like, live your life. If you come to me to tell me something and ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. But I'm not really like, oh, what's she doing? Oh, what's she posting? Ooh, why the baby got that shoe on? Or ooh, why she go by that? Like, I don't care. Mind yours, my mine, and let's carry on. But I guess I might be the only one. I don't know.
Nah, that's legit. That's legit.
So with your situation, you have chosen to put that divide there to say, you know what, I'm not going to talk to you for a while. You go ahead and do your thing. I'm going to do mine. And then whenever we just happen to be in the same space, happen to, connect, then that's just what it is.
So if that, because I don't talk to my auntie, and I gave those couple of chances and it was always
that's it.
So I'm standing on business there. We just don't talk. I don't regret the decision. I've tried a few times. Like, I didn't talk to my grandma for like 3-4 years, and then I finally did. Like, I really be like, let me let you do you. I'm gonna do me. Figure it out, and then if we revisit in the school, then. But too much revisiting for me with the same results. Equates to that's it.
Yeah, it's nonsense at that point.
Like, yeah, not at all.
Okay.
My dog was about to bark.
All right. So Dolly, I'm pretty sure you got a story you can tell us, man, about some toxic behavior in your family.
Like it comes from both sides of my family. Like, like I'm real, like the two sides of my family is like my mom's side, like my mom's side, the bougiest motherfuckers that you'll ever meet. And it's crazy because like in my household, we like cool bougie. We like hood bougie. Like
right.
We from the hood, but we got good hygiene and we don't like goofy shit. But like from my grandmother and around, them motherfuckers all walk around like they shit just absolutely don't stink. Like everything is a what you got, what you don't got. We got this, you ain't got this. Like everybody trying to one up each other. It's like every time you go in, it's a fucking fashion show. That's the kind of car they got. And 90% of the motherfuckers is lying about what they got. Like everybody's doing the same, but trying to convince you that they doing way more than they doing. Like, you a CNA, but you telling everybody you a RN. Like you a security guard, but you telling everybody you the chief of police. Like it's that type of goofy shit.
Police.
Well, maybe they're speaking it into existence.
That shit is living a motherfucking lie. Cause
if you ain't going to school
towards it, it ain't.
If you ain't going to school
shit
for
into
it,
existence, nigga. They just they making it look like something that it just flat out ain't. And then like my father's side it's a family of individuals. Like ain't nobody's helping nobody. Like it's kind of like the same thing, I guess you can call it, but like we all just competitive like that. So it's like literally, like I remember having arguments with my dad, like, nigga, why are you in competition with me and I'm your son? Like I would think that you want me to pass you at some point.
Right.
But everything I do is like, man, when I was your age, I was doing this. When I was your age, I was doing that. And it's like to the point where it's like, nigga, I think you kind of holding me back on purpose so you can hang that over my head and say you was doing better than me, my nigga.
Toxic. That's definitely toxic.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it's like a thing like that. Like I think that a lot of that is, as much as it was toxic. Like I told him like a few years back, like nigga, I thank you for the fucked up ass person you was, because if you wasn't a bitch ass nigga, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Right.
Like I can't even be mad at you for the bitch ass nigga you
say,
are.
I don't want to
like,
be that.
Yeah, like you showed me what I don't want to be as a father. So I appreciate that. Like I can't even be mad at you for being a punk motherfucker. Like it is what it is.
Right.
Sometimes it works in the opposite way for you. So yeah.
I agree.
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think what Dolly's talking about is that competition piece. And when
Yeah.
Trisha Michelle was talking about it, I kind of sense that, you know what I'm saying, with siblings sometimes and with family members, it's a competition thing, because I think for my family as well, you know, show up to a family function, a nephew, what's going on? I see you got the J's on. I see you got this. What's up, big time? You already know what's coming next. You know what I'm saying? When they
Let me
start hitting
hold
you with
Let
that.
nigga hold something.
Exactly. Hey man, let me holler at you for a second. Step over here for a minute, man. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Can't let me hold something a little bit of something. You know what I'm saying? I get back to you next time I see you, man. Next time I see you, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
see
know,
No.
your
I
boy
know
in
you got
6
it.
months to a year.
I know you got
Man.
it, man, because you got them J's on. You them doing new, huh? I saw them came out last Tuesday. I know you got it. So, you know, it's a competition though. Definitely. The competition aspect of it is very toxic and causes so many issues.
Insane.
And yeah. Yeah. So that's a big issue as
Especially when
well.
you don't
So
even know. Because I could definitely say there's a little jealousy and competition. And it's like, on my end, it's like, I don't even think about it. Yeah, like I'm just living life. Like
yeah,
Right.
you compete with me and I ain't even know we was competing.
you like, oh, okay. Like I didn't know we was comparing like our lives. Like
Yeah. You don't know what it takes for
I
me to
wish
make
I'm
it
wishing
over
you the
here.
best and I'm living mine. So what are we doing? So it's yeah, that's toxic.
Yeah, but
This
a
is good.
lot of that is what taught me to like really be distant from motherfuckers. Like,
Right.
nigga, I control people's access to me now. Like, it ain't like how I was back in the day where it's like, if it's a family reunion, you just feel obligated to go. If
Nope.
it's a wedding, a funeral, any gathering, you just feel like you have to be there.
Right.
Now I'm literally like, who all gonna be there?
Facts.
Oh, Uncle such and
Yeah.
such going. I'm cool. Send
Protect
my
your
love,
peace,
nigga. I ain't
man.
going to that shit. Fuck him.
Your energy, your peace, your everything. For real, it be like that. Like
It's
I
Like,
facts.
got a
Like I
little
don't even
brother.
want to be there.
He in the streets and drugs and whatnot. You know, my mom put up with him because she feel like that whole like the Leatherface thing. That's my son. That's my baby. Like she deal with him, but I ain't got to deal with that nigga. Like I really don't. So I'd be like, he's where? Oh, okay, cool. I'll call you back.
Yeah.
yeah, because
Gotta
my
go.
grandmother funeral is when I drew the line in the sand.
Right.
I was like, now that granddad is fuck y'all. Look at me in my face. It's fuck y'all. Now y'all see me telling you. So if
Right.
I don't answer the phone, if you hear that I ain't fucking with you, no, I meant that. Now I'm telling you I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with y'all niggas. Fuck y'all.
Hey, I mean, sometimes you got to take it that way.
Most people get to that point after so many situations and occurrences have happened, and they've come to this conclusion that their life, as many times that they separated themselves from this person, has been weight lifted off their shoulders, and they like it in that space. So goodbye.
I wish in my younger days I was older enough to have that mentality.
He said, I
So in
wish
your
in my
younger days,
younger
you wish you
days
was
I was
older.
old enough.
Old enough.
You wish you were wise enough and
Wise
experienced
enough.
enough
All right. I
to,
mean, thank you,
to
Patricia. Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. We got a good
we got you. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I
Don't worry.
appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm
all
saying? I ain't ate much since I got off of work. I'm just saying.
It ain't got nothing to do with the food.
hey, hey man, you know what? That's how you know this is live. You know what I'm saying? Like what we say is off the top. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's unrehearsed,
And it's up and
is
stuck.
raw, is straight to you. So you know what I'm saying? We get those little bloopers here and there. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the authenticity of the show.
Absolutely.
We got one question from the audience. That's a good question, right? So TKC says, can competition be healthy at times, like a constructive competition to motivate each other to do better?
That's
I
the
think
key
so.
word.
I mean, of
I
course
think
it
so.
can,
I
I
think
think
but
the
so.
key word
I
is
don't
motivation.
I don't
Yeah.
want to do that if it's gonna make me hate you. I just saw a story about Jason Tatum, um, uh, pro ball player. His dad treated him that way. He played in games where his dad was the coach on the other side instead of coaching him. And it was all based off competition. Of course, JT is a baller now, Boston Celtics, whatever. But he has a strained relationship with his pops. And you wonder why you never see his pops at any of the games or around any time. Because his dad, he felt like his dad was saying, you know what? You were intentionally doing this so that I couldn't make it, or you didn't believe in me to think that I could make it. And he was one of his funniest his story is he was when his dad was coaching against him in the high school game, his dad was coaching the other kids on what his strengths and weaknesses were. And that to him as a kid, he couldn't understand it. It was messing him up as a kid. And so, yeah, it can be good at times, but also for a kid, psychologically, you don't know where that's taking them. And if they set up their own boundaries when they get older, because you still stuck in that mentality, that mind about the kid, that kid will walk off and be like, you know what, I ain't fooling with you no more. So it can work both ways for you. So you got to be careful with it.
But can you
That's
say his
why
dad was
Floyd and
wrong?
his daddy don't get along.
I mean, his daddy wasn't wrong, but then again, psychologically, you know what I'm saying, at the expense of that, who knows what the outcome is going to be. Now you ain't even in your kid's life.
Yeah,
Well,
because he don't want you around.
You don't see Floyd Mayweather Sr. because of that shit. That
Right.
same type of thing.
Right.
Like,
But
nigga,
my thing is that that point, if somebody is really like, if it's motivational, then that's more of aspiring. You're looking up to be that person or better. So I don't even think that that's considered competition at that point, because I got a cousin that I feel like, you know, she's made a lot of great choices in life. It's no competition, but I aspire to like make moves and be like her and get it like her. So I don't think it kind of falls in the same. It's not competition at that point.
well, sometimes it is, but it's kind of like a friendly competition. That's an understanding, because I have that with like one of my little cousins and my little brother. But I always tell them, like, nigga, I feel like if I beat y'all, I'm a failure. Like, nigga, at whatever age I'm at, whenever y'all reach that age, I hope you doing better than me. Because if you not, I'm fucking up. Like, nigga, it's my job to help y'all pass me.
Communication.
Facts.
Y'all communicating, y'all talking, y'all expressing.
Yeah.
I think that's the lack thereof that happened for Jason Tatum and Floyd, is like the lack of expression and communication that, you know, I'm doing this because I want you to challenge you, or, you know, I want you to be greater. And I feel like over here on coaching over here and playing against you would make you strive. You know, there probably was no dialogue in between all of that. So it left the mind to create what it's going to do best, is a negative narrative.
Yeah.
And they were left with that.
Because I whoop my son ass at everything.
But you gotta understand,
straight up, nigga, you gonna have to earn this, nigga. If you want to get good, you gonna have to learn to beat me. Like, nigga, I can't let you win. You're not gonna get good if I let you win. You have to beat me.
But you gotta understand too, when you're talking about Floyd Mayweather Sr. and Jason Tatum's dad, what age they are, right? And the times that they grew up in,
right?
Like, that's the tactic that was used, right?
It was,
so obviously, like I was saying earlier, you can't say they were wrong in their approach, maybe, but that's the way they knew how to get it done. And you know, I mean, you can argue both ways, but you can't say it was successful, because you're talking about two of the most successful athletes in the world.
And JT admits that he knows without his dad pushing him, he wouldn't be there. But the back end of it is that because I feel some type of way within me, because we all have our boundaries emotional wise. Now, like, I'm caught in between. And if you won't possess the capability to talk me out of that state, that makes it worse. Because now I feel like you're an enemy of mine, because you can't even communicate. And that's part of an issue right there too.
That's therapy, because back then they didn't even know how to communicate in that way anyway. So he did what he knew best, to raise him the way that he felt like he would make him be successful. In that turn, as a child, you're like, what's wrong with my dad? I ain't got no dad. He against me. So you grow up this way. But at the end of the day, the dad can't talk him out of that, because the dad don't even know how. They both need some type of therapy together to bond, if they choose to do so.
Bingo. And another thing is, like, are you willing to lose a relationship with your son just so he can have a fucking $1 million?
Some people are.
Because, like, me personally, like, nigga, I would rather have a healthy relationship with my family than have a whole bunch of money. Like, there's millionaires killing themselves. There's motherfuckers who reach the pinnacle of any field that they go into, and they not happy for shit. Like, I remember Deion Sanders talking about damn near killing himself while he was like the top motherfucker in the NFL. He was like, nigga, I just didn't feel like none of this shit was worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like
playing baseball and football, like dominating sports.
Exactly. So I would hate to create a monster like that. Like, yeah, nigga, he might be the dopest motherfucker out there on the court or on the field, but he hate me. He hate his mama. You know, he don't
Right.
want to be around nobody. He don't trust none of us. Like he feel like we all betrayed him. Like, nah, nigga, I'd rather this nigga be
Yeah, there's a lot
sitting
to
on the
risk.
bench somewhere at a college,
And
and
see,
we all
that's
love each
where,
other.
and see,
But
for
is that
me,
toxic too?
I would say, well,
Well,
it's tough.
it's not that I'm saying that I would choose failure, but what I'm saying is I choose happiness over money.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
saying. Not you, but in the other way about it is like, I don't care what this does to the family or us. I want him to be rich.
Oh yeah, fuck all that. To
Like,
me, that's toxic
I
as
think
hell.
that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
think, isn't
see,
that toxic? A toxic way to think, like risk
but
it all.
it's
and
about
see, that's where.
it's about the
Go ahead,
vision
Ken.
though. It's about the vision of it, because you could have some people who look at it the total opposite. The fact that you would reserve your own happiness and hold your kid back from achieving greatness at
That's
a
true.
certain level because of
That's
you
toxic.
wanting to be happy,
Everybody
right?
just
Well,
tell
So, well,
I'm
that's
not
what I'm
even
saying. It could be
looking.
viewed that way.
Well,
It
yeah,
can,
yeah.
it can be, it can
but
be.
my
It's
thing
just
is like this.
so
Like there,
basically, Tatum could have turned out anyway, just depending on how he took it. Just like how you took your dad's stuff and it motivated you to be, you're not gonna be like that. You're gonna do this. You're gonna move different. You're gonna be this. Not everybody's mind flips it that way.
Yeah.
Some flip it the other way where they have resentment and pain and hurt, and that's what Tatum has. And so he carries that with him. So I guess it just depends on each person. Because at the end of the day, some people might have been like, "Thank you, I'm a millionaire. Like I love you. Let's
Hey,
figure
I
this out
don't
now."
care.
I
Like,
think
And
he's
see,
young too.
that's where it hits home personally for me, because my mom risked it all for us to have a better life. And it cost her her life and my baby brother's life. Then my grandma died after that. Like, so hearing it in that space, like we're left with the residuals of it though.
yeah.
And so in my mind, I instantly think like, yo, like I'd be 10 times better if you were around compared to you risking it all just to get a bag, just to have it, just to have the nicest clothes, the nicest car, the biggest house on the block, riding around pimping in the lack, doing all of these things. You get what I'm saying? And now I'm left with the residual of a kid, you know what I'm saying, from 8
Yeah.
up until 45. Now I don't even have, you know what I'm saying, you around, but you risked it all though. And
Yeah.
that is a hard pill to swallow. And for me personally, that's something I still think about to this day. Stuff I still have the same questions about. And my family, I don't know how they, aided in that behavior back then. But overall, man, that's a tough spot to be in because she want to be wealthy. She want to be well off. She want to make sure her boys are straight. She want to make sure her kids are straight and not just, you know what I'm saying, working at a gas station, you know what I'm saying, making money, you know what I'm saying, crumbs compared to, you know what I'm saying, living what we call a boss life. And you know what I'm saying, like that comes with a crazy price tag, man. And it isn't always you know, drug life or stuff like that. Some people risk it all sports wise or time wise or whatever just to make it happen. And they don't see the back end of it when they get all of that money. And then, you know what I'm saying, you realize, yo, like the money can be gone because everybody taking it from you anyway. You get what I'm saying? So it's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, that's a hard situation, my guy. And like I said, all the time, I hate that you had to experience that. But I wanted to go back to kind of what we were talking about with the Jason Tatum thing for a second. Um, with those type of situations, I think with a lot of situations with our grandmothers, our mothers, and people who came before that, I always look at them and their problem solving skills because they were only working with the tools that they were given. Right. We have a lot of access to information now to help that we can get and different mindsets that we're free to think, what I'm saying? And we're free to, kind of experiment and deviate from what was instilled in the people that came before us. So it could be easy for us to look back at some of the toxic behavior and point fingers, but a lot of those people were just dealing with situations with what they knew how to deal with it.
Right.
That doesn't excuse it, but it kind of creates some context around it. So as you move forward, like with Jason Tatum's a young guy. right? It's a lot of stuff my dad did or my dad said to me as a young fella that I didn't understand until I was 27 or 28 and had kids of my own, and I was a grown man on my own, and I started to understand some of those things that I viewed as bad or wrong or toxic behavior, you know, that would fall into those categories. It actually affected me in a different manner when I look back at it in retrospect, right? So you know, it's like I said, it's one of those things where it's really who's looking at it and how you view it. But there are certain things that are considered toxic behavior across the board. There's no gray area, and we're going to talk about some of those. But Benji, was that your story about the toxicity?
Yeah, that one is. Now imagine this is how bad it was, and I still remember this, and I was a kid. This is how bad it was. They literally went after all of that transpired, bro. We are at the funeral. And you know what the family was concerned about? There wasn't even really any bodies yet because they hadn't found any bodies. They just, you know, like just went ahead and had the funeral to close the case, right? The family at the funeral was so concerned about the money, which they had no idea about, they couldn't touch or anything like that. They were so concerned about the money, they wouldn't let my uncle, who came and got me later on, when I was 19 from Texas and brought me to Cali, they wouldn't let him take us. He was a multimillionaire at the time, legit. They at the funeral, like, don't take them boys. They coming into some money. So they went and got my mom's DeVille, Cadillac DeVille. They had stole everything out the house. Literally, her mink coats. You know, mom was always super.
And this is your family members who did
this. Is family. This is family. This ain't folks. Now the whole drama pops off because somebody stole. I ain't gonna try not to implicate too many people. Stole the money that was owed to the guy from the Mexican mafia. Stole it and went and bought an Audi with it. I remember him pulling up in Mesquite, Texas, in that Audi. That's why I hate Audis to this day. He took that money, went out and bought and splurged, and literally in that space, this dude come and he wants his money. He's literally sitting outside of our house, leaving notes in the mailbox. Every time you don't pay me, we owe you interest, right? So when it all went down and they were kidnapped, you know what I'm saying, the whole story, everything, family went in and stole everything out the house. Uncles, aunts, everybody, right? That house down in Pleasant Grove on Nassau Circle. So, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm a kid, you know, yeah, I'm like, what? This is why I don't have no baby pictures, no nothing to this day of like any of that stuff. They went in and they stole everything. Then at the funerals, they talking about money. And then on top of that, like they hounding us, trying to get us to go and sign, you know what I'm saying, our rights over money-wise to them. This is family. Like, you know, just wilding. And to make it even crazier, they went and got my mom's DeVille, right? So one day, you know, there's a story goes around that, you know, they hadn't caught the killers yet. So, you know, everything's still up in the air, right? These Negroes took the DeVille because we were supposed to be hidden. These Negroes took the DeVille, put it in front of the house where we were living, where we were hiding at.
Wow.
Like when I talk about, and they wonder why, see, they don't know I know a lot of information. But my uncle, before he passed, just schooled me on like everything. And it's all over the internet. You go Google it, you'll find it on there, like the whole story, the whole nine, everything, right? So I'm saying I'm a kid, but as you go through life and you deal with this type of stuff, once you set up, like, man, I can't fool with you. And these same folk won't even offer you no apology. They still dance around the issue to this day. They still skip over it like it ain't nothing. It's like, and you really want me to be cool with you? like young Benji was a fool, but like me now, Man, listen, man. I can't. You don't even deserve to breathe. We don't even deserve to breathe in the same presence. So like, I don't even fool with you like that. And that's not one or two or three. That's like a whole line of family. And then to make it even worse, I had an uncle call me trying to get me to sign over my grandmother's property, which is in our name, that they didn't tell us about. We just found out a couple years ago we got land and property all down there in South Dallas, Ken. Like house over here, house over there, land. This Negro tried to call and was like, "Hey, I need your signature." And I'm like, and it's funny because this was around the time when I started branding myself, branding my name, the whole nine, everything. And come to find out, they trying to get us to sell the property and land right out from under us. Family. So it's like, bro, like, what do you do? It's like, I can't deal with y'all, man. Y'all stay over there. And my brother asked me, he was like, man, why don't we do this? I was like, man, them niggas finna be dead soon, and I don't even care. And it'll be me and you, and I ain't even tripping. And it's tough. Like when you give people that energy, bro, I promise you they start to look at you different, and you ain't the little kid that you used to be. And it just changes the whole narrative. So
that's what I always say. It's the difference between family and motherfuckers you're related to.
Right.
That's a fact.
Fact.
Like, y'all just some niggas that got my last name, motherfucker. We ain't family.
That's for real.
Like I can't even fool with you, man. Like, and so that's why now I'm huge on boundaries, who I let in my space. I know it's cliche, but I really have had to live that. And I'm glad I got away from down there, because it'll drive you crazy. You can act like it won't, but it'll drive you crazy. That's for sure.
Yeah. See, I thought I was immune, right? Growing up, I heard, all this crazy stuff going on in other families. And there's a lot of stuff, when you're young, not just even a kid, just in my early 20s, right? I didn't see a lot of the stuff that was going on until my grandmother and my grandfather passed, like back to back. Then, when the grandparents pass, it's kind of like everybody kind of starts to shift a little bit. The energy in the family will definitely shift when the grandparents die, right? So for me, I didn't have any toxic experiences with family members that I was able to recognize until one day. Now I'm different from everybody else. I got a funny story, right? So I'm not gonna say who this individual is, whether they cousin, aunt, siblings. I'm just gonna tell you the story. This person calls me. Hey, what's going on with that energy? I'm like, okay, this good. You know what I'm saying? You got some energy. What's up? I need you to do me a favor. Oh, here we go. What you need? I need you to run me to the store. Okay. We get that. We get that request from time to time. Run me to the store. Okay. Not a problem. I can run you to the store. Run this person to the store. Pull up to the store. Hey, my family calls me Little Kenneth because my daddy's name is Kenneth, so we call him Big Ken. And I was like, yeah, so what's up? They was like, can you let me hold $10? I'm like, time out. Wait. You asked me to take you to the store, and then you asked me for money to spend in the store. So you already had this mapped out from the beginning.
This sounds like my son.
No, but this is a grown person. This is a person who's older than me, right? Like this person is grown. Like I'm like, why didn't you just tell me that? What are
you can't say no.
That's my favorite auntie. That she
you ain't gonna say no while you're at the store, right?
She is known for asking for $1, $5, like take me to the store. And we pull up.
I felt like I was set up.
So you gonna let me go in the store with no money, nephew? You gonna let me go in there with no money, nephew?
But see, that's what they do. They guilt trip you. You know what I'm saying? This person hit me with the puppy dog eyes and was like, I really need to get this. I'm like, I felt like, I didn't have a problem.
Come on,
I didn't have a problem giving the $10, but it was like I felt like you deceived me.
and mine is worse because they didn't need a motherfucking thing. It was a beer.
Oh no. they definitely.
You gonna let me go in this store with no money, nephew? And then she come out with a beer, some cigarettes. I'm like, hold
Bruh,
on, motherfucker.
Oh, no.
we must be talking about the same people because this person came out of the store with a beer, some cigarettes, and
What kind of
I
squares
don't I
though?
don't even remember, but it was some
And she
snacks in
came
the
out with
bag.
some Benson and Hedges. We fighting.
Yeah,
I'm
nigga.
like,
Mine was camels.
I'm like, yo,
Oh
you
man,
just should have told me that
Yeah.
you didn't have no bread and you needed, to get some stuff from the store. Because quite honestly, I probably would have gave you more than $10. I
right?
probably would have just went in there
Gave
and
you a
just let
dub.
you buy what you need to buy and
What
then
it
just
is that
paid
you
for it.
needed, yeah.
Right. So I think sometimes because of people and their deceptive behavior, they cut themselves short their
Right,
blessings that they could have had because they're trying to deceive people, especially your own family members. Like that's what was hurtful to me because the person it was. Like I felt like she has done, some crazy stuff to me before, said some crazy stuff to me before. So, again, like we talked about earlier, we let stuff go.
right,
And
right.
because it's
It's in the
family, we like, you
past.
know what? I'll let it go. She
Mhm.
tripping, he tripping. It's all good. We'll get past it. And some of these people you just need to cut off communication with. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And
Me and
Enabling
Ken got the
behavior
same
is crazy.
auntie.
Evaluate the patterns.
We got
Y'all
the
related,
same
fam.
auntie. I'm telling you,
facts.
man.
We
Evaluate the patterns. It's
we
there. You
already
know.
bald headed with beards. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
about to talk out
exactly.
the show about
If I put on sunglasses and a hat, they gonna swear we related.
Hey man,
oh
listen,
man.
enabling behavior is crazy, man. Like
That's exactly what it is.
you'd be surprised at when there's no check system, no checks and balances. Like, hold on,
Mhm.
we don't pull up like that. You get what I'm saying? And if I'm being honest, that's one of the things I had to learn in hustling, that everybody's got to hustle, right? But some people's hustle is so outrageous and so wild. It's like you cool as a fan, fam, but I can't hustle like that. I wouldn't put myself, I wouldn't put my family or my lady, my kids, I wouldn't put us in that position the way you are willing to risk putting yours in. And I just can't flow with you. You cool, go eat, do your thing, but I can't rock with you. And that's just that happens a lot of times. So
Well,
Yeah.
you know how I get down. Every episode we have a topic. I'm gonna always go get some real information from the professionals. If we don't have a
right.
professional on, I'm gonna go get some information
I
from
think
the
we
professionals.
all situationally are professionals.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
these
Professionals in dealing with the shit.
We professional relatives.
fact.
Yeah,
Hey,
facts.
hey,
Okay, I like that.
my
You
lady
know
is a
what?
professional. She's licensed and all that stuff too. So she give me half of this advice.
You know
So
what? I
just
got to
saying.
give Uncle Dolly some props for that. I want to get that put on the shirt. Professional relative. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get
I
that
like
put on the
that.
shirt.
I like
I like that.
Every
All right,
time I come on, I give y'all a T-shirt out here.
Yeah.
facts. Hey, see, this
Top of
might be a
my
business.
joint.
This
Man,
might be a business
just
that
give
we
me
need to start.
5%
Go ahead
of
and
the
brew it.
revenue. I'll be good.
Facts.
Promoting it on all social media platforms
Just
coming
let me
soon.
get 5. Just let me get 5%. Y'all do all
I'm
the
just gonna get
footwork.
them
Get my
for all of my
5%.
music.
And you know what this could also pay off too, because you could get your professional relative shirt and go to anybody's family reunion and just show up and get you a plate, right?
Yeah.
Because we all family, you know what I'm saying? We show up, I'm Aunt Terry's son, you know what I'm saying? Who is Aunt Terry? She over there to give me a plate, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
it
I
could go
mean,
down like that.
I'm gonna get a plate anyway. I can
It's
pull up
toxic
to
behavior,
anybody's
but we
party.
allow it.
Everybody got
The fact
everybody
that
got
Benji thinks that
one
he has
relative.
access to whatever is also toxic.
I
But
mean,
every
I got a little
relative
bit
got
I got a little bit in it because someone brought to my attention today, and I didn't realize it. Benji, you're the baby.
Oh, not you gonna say you toxic.
Oh,
You're
I
old.
mean, I got a little bit because I do feel. Listen,
You're
I
old,
do kind
baby.
of feel entitled. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like it's a crazy way to think of it, but like my baby brother passed, I became like the baby kid again. So that's how my brother used to treat me, like I
Yeah.
was the baby. So I have my little syndrome. Yeah, I think everything belongs to me. I do. And if
Just
I can go get
yeah,
it, I'm
but
gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because we all in our own right have our toxic trait of who
Right.
we are in our family.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Like
yeah.
I feel like I'm the Michael Jackson of my family.
I don't know what I am of the family, but I
You the
just
cat.
know
You the cat.
I
You
ain't
the
ain't
Cat
the,
Williams of your family.
I
Yeah,
ain't at the
nigga,
bottom of that joint. I can tell you
yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm the superstar. Like nigga, I know y'all niggas get excited when I come around. You know, that's me. I'm
Right.
here now. The party just started. I'm at the door.
Right. I'm just
Oh
saying.
man, this is funny. This coming right here. He said, "I hate when people call you the baby. Just say I'm the youngest of the family."
If you
Hey
black,
man,
you the
it was
baby. You could be 52 fucking years old. If you in a black family and you the
you're
youngest, you the
still the
baby.
baby. They gonna treat you like that
You could
too
have
every time you come
16
around.
grandkids and they gonna say you the fucking baby.
And
That
some
is
people
fact.
going, some black families, that's part of your name, Baby George. That girl, that
Yeah.
Baby George, 75, and they still calling that man Baby
Mhm.
George. Oh man! All right, so I always go get some information for you all. I got
Yes,
some
ma'am.
information from Psychology Today. It's 5 strategies to help you cope with toxic family members. Right? They start out with some little keynotes, and it talks about dealing with toxic family members is more complicated than a relationship because it makes it harder to break off the contact. Right? If you're in a relationship with somebody who's exhibiting toxic behavior, it's easy to break that off because you have no bond. Other than that relationship. But somebody who you're born into a bond with family, it's a little bit more difficult. Maybe like I said earlier, it's not all family members, but some of them who you are closest to, like as you're growing up, you grew up with, you've been around your whole life. It's hard to cut them off, man, even if
Mhm.
they're, exhibiting toxic behavior. So that's part of the issue. And also they give some key strategies to setting boundaries, limiting contact, and
Mhm.
not engaging in toxic interactions. So some of this stuff sounds easy and it sounds plain, but we continue to do it. We continue to allow it because it's family. And
Right.
especially if you're one of those families who's blessed to still have grandparents there, your grandparents are gonna be a major proponent of letting it go, let bygones be bygones. Baby, that's your cousin. He just going through something right now. She just going through something right now. You gotta love him through it. I'm gonna leave him through it because sometimes they situation bleeding over into my life and I don't need those issues. So then when they get right, we can get right. But until then, I'm gonna let them, do what they do on their own, and we gonna do what we got going over here. So Granny gonna have to understand that I just don't mess with them right now, Granny.
For real.
Right.
Holla at me when you get it together.
Right.
Facts,
Mm-mm.
facts. So, okay, so the question is, a lot of people don't understand what makes a person toxic, right? We all have our idea what makes a person toxic, but it says here they're manipulating. They blame others for
Mm.
everything, and they take no blame. I know a lot of those
Taking no blame,
taking no blame.
manipulating. Oh man.
Yeah, these is hitting
Perfection.
home already. They take no responsibility for their own actions. They're critical, judgmental, and often cruel. They make you feel guilty about the things you do. We talked about that a little bit earlier.
Right.
And they lie and cheat to get their way. Um,
Sound like you're describing a wife.
you know
Hey.
what? You know what? And that could be. And how do you function? This is why a lot of relationships and a lot of marriages don't work because
Right.
of a lot of this same stuff. That's true. That's true, Uncle Dolly. A lot of stuff still, but at the end of the day, it's all relationships, right? Whether it's your cousin, whether it's somebody
Yeah.
you're in a relationship with,
Mhm.
that you love, or spouse, or girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever it is. It's all relationships, and it's supposed to be levels to it. But we often look at blood relationships or blood relations as different, right? And it should be a different connection there. But unfortunately, that's not the case because we're humans and people are flawed and some people are super flawed. So,
But some people just don't take accountability. It's
that's
like
one big part of
if
it.
A lot of
if
people don't.
if if I tell you you're being manipulative, or if I tell you like, yo, you're not, like, this is right in your face, like this is what we're dealing with, like I ain't hating on you or I ain't disliking you. I'm just holding you accountable with what I'm telling you right now. Like, yo, like that's wild. Like that, yeah, like that's not cool. And if you justify it, you get what I'm saying, in your mind, in your ideology or whatever, like, and you continue to roll in that behavior without that accountability, you're just going to be manipulating. I mean, you know, eventually after a while, I just have to say, you know, that's who you are and that's who you're gonna be, and ain't no changing you. So I'm cool. Like I'm out of here. You can have that.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta show some of your family members. You like that old saying goes: when people show you who they are, believe them. And you gotta apply that to your family members too. When they show you that they're an idiot and they act up, and you see it's a consistent behavior, that's who they are.
The
So
pattern.
stop dismissing it and stop, you know what I'm saying, accepting it and just saying, well, that's just how he is. Well, that's just how he or she is over there, because I ain't gonna be around them.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
So
and sometimes you got to talk your family out of the advice that they give you.
Man.
Cause sometimes your family say, "Oh, that's your daddy. Just forgive him." Like, nigga, that nigga done went upside my head 22 motherfucking times.
Right. That's a
I
little
done
bit too much.
forgave that nigga 22 motherfucking
Right.
times. So you think I'm finna go get fucked up for number 23? No,
Exactly.
nigga, that's a pattern of behavior.
The
Like
family
I'll
tell you to do that.
yeah, like I'll excuse an incident. I'm not finna excuse a pattern.
That's good.
that's
I like that.
yeah.
I'll excuse an incident, but I'm not about to excuse a pattern. I like that.
You know, like you fucked me up one time, okay, for sure. You know, you might have been mad, something might have happened, you might have been having a bad day, it might have been a perfect storm. But after time number 3, nigga, that's who you are. I'm just that
Facts.
nigga that's still on.
Right.
We ain't doing that shit no more.
I
Fact.
can't take it mentally, bro. I can't take that. You like
Yeah,
that's
like
too
I'm not a
much. I can't
fucking
deal.
punching bag.
Hey,
All
and
right.
sadly, some people that domestic violence space where they, you know, kind of in their mind they think that that's love. That's a tough space to be in.
Well, and let's say this, you know, for people who have this thing when it comes to domestic violence, you know, and we've had, you know, mental health experts on before, and
Mm-hmm.
we had a couple of episodes that we talked about it a little bit. And people have to understand when it comes to domestic violence, a lot of those people don't leave because they're mentally encaged, right? So
Right,
it's something in them keeping them there, which not allowing them to leave, and it's much harder than people think.
right,
So we got to get out of that habit of just saying, you know, well, why don't they just leave? For some of those people, they can do that, but for a
right.
lot of them, it's not
Yeah.
that simple.
It
And
And
ain't.
some of them
also
don't have nowhere to go, so they kind of
that,
stuck in that space.
But then
and
they be
also
telling you, why don't you just leave? But can they come to your house?
no, and
So
also dudes are abused too. So don't get it
yes.
twisted. There are some
Yeah,
guys out there
Al
that'll be
Green got.
abused.
Oh, did Al Green get hot grit stone on him or something?
Yeah, one of them
Yes.
did.
Shit,
But isn't
Lionel
what's
Richie
his
was
name?
getting his ass whooped all the time.
Ain't it John Mayers or whoever that dude is right now that's dating Megan Good or whatever?
Jonathan Majors. Yeah,
Him, him right
yeah,
now.
Jonathan
Like
Majors.
first he was the one that's got the case against him. Now it's against the girl.
Right.
Because he was
She's the
saying
one
it
who
was
found out to be the
her time.
abuser. Right.
But yeah, Lionel Richie was a famous battered man. Whooping
Yes.
his ass.
I,
Hello,
is it me you're looking
is
for?
this the police?
No. This ain't funny.
I
Hey,
mean, it's
she
not,
was
but I
beating
mean,
his
hey,
ass.
I mean, listen, that must have been, she must have been a bad woman for you to take them beatings, boy.
Yeah, she probably had some. She had that good.
That's toxic as
Cause if
That
you the
well.
guap
one with the
guap.
money
As
and you
well.
taking the ass whooping,
Your love is toxic, huh?
you can have anybody you want, but you want the one that's beating your ass.
Man, that's crazy.
She had some sunshine.
Hey,
No.
hey, listen here. Put your moms on the phone. Hey, look, Georgia.
Yeah.
I ain't never coming home
I ain't
again.
never
Have a good
coming
life.
Tell the
home.
kids I ain't never coming home.
Listen, have a good life.
Click.
Yo,
Hey,
that's
all right.
wild.
So with the advice that I want to give with, you know, it's 5 things that you can do, right? And they're very simple things, but you know, this is just the basis of how to kind of separate yourself from toxic people, including family members, right? Number one, you want to create boundaries. We talked about that earlier. A lot of people create boundaries, but they don't adhere to them, right?
Mhm.
Make sure these people are adhering to your boundaries or they need to get gone. That's number one. Number two, limit your contact. If you know these people are toxic, why you keep going to the family functions? Like Uncle Dolly said, hey, some of the family functions you need to skip because you already know who there
It's
and you
wild.
already know how it go down. So just skip the function, right?
Facts.
Number three, don't engage. If you know that they're an idiot and you know they already got some drama going on, or when you show up and you see them, you know they always got some smoke, don't even engage it. Go the other way. Find somewhere else to
Facts.
be.
They talk dumb, don't even.
Yep. Just bust a
Yeah, I'm
move.
good.
Yep.
I'm good on that. I'm good. I don't even go. I don't even breathe in your direction.
You know what? And just thinking about it now, I understand why some family members show up to the function and just grab it to go play and leave. I didn't used to understand that as a kid, and they were like, "What cousin so and so at? Oh, he already gone." I didn't understand it.
Hungry, but
Mama told him
he
to
ain't got
come
time
get a
for
plate.
bullshit.
Just come by, get a plate,
Mhm.
and go on and leave. I
Let
done
me
cooked
see
all
you.
of
Come
this
give me
food.
a hug and a kiss and come on and get a plate.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
because
they probably doing that in hopes of.
yeah
But the family were like, all right, bet. Here go this hug, here go this kiss. Thank you for this plate. Goodbye.
the
Yep.
older you get, the more you can relate to the family members that everybody thought was too good for everybody.
Because you
That's a
learn.
fact.
You learn now that they
Oh,
done been through the bullshit
she thinks
and they
she
done made a
too
choice.
good for us. No, she just realized y'all ain't shit.
Right.
That's why she don't
Facts.
fuck with y'all, because she
That
know
is
y'all
a
ain't shit.
fact. That is a fact. That is a fact.
Yep.
And now make sure that person that is, you know, because some of these people who ain't showing up to the functions is the one who be causing the BS.
Well,
And
then that's good. They
Somebody
should.
done went upside their damn head.
facts. I know several. Then got their work right in the living room, and I got stories for days, fam. I'm telling you, I seen give the business because you know what I'm saying. Other was doing a little bit too much, and yeah, he walked through the door and caught several extra spicy ones, and it was
Yeah,
like, "What's
I
going
done got
on,
cousins that done shot each other.
man?
Wow.
Wow."
Well, check this out though. One of my favorite memes from a video from TikTok. I know you all have you probably remember this one. It was a guy, he showed up to a family function and they said he brought a dish. You know, the aunt told everybody to bring a dish. So he showed up with his dish and he had a dish with some foil on it. And he walked in and said, "Auntie, where you want to put this dish at?" She said, "Oh, you could put that on the table." And he said, "All right." And he said, and then he turned the corner and there was a cousin and he had something wrapped in foil. He was holding it like this. And it was wrapped in foil. He said, "Cuz, what's up, man?" He said, "You just the person I'm looking for." He said, "What did you bring to the dinner today?" And he unwrapped the foil and it was his fish. He said, "I brought some beef."
ready to
and
lean
punched
on
old,
somebody.
and punched old boy in the face. It's funny to me, but it's like, man, it's crazy the fact that we allow things to get to that point where you got to put hands on your family members, right?
Yeah.
Like it's that's like level 10 toxic behavior, right?
Hey,
Yeah, I done
some
seen
of them
uncles.
deserve that clap because they was doing a little
Well,
something.
that's how to act right. A little serving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause
hey,
I got
ain't
an
nothing but a little
uncle,
straightening.
nigga. I got an uncle and an auntie that literally before my auntie passed, they would have a physical altercation every time we was all around, like a fist fight. And wouldn't nobody jump in because my auntie would beat the shit out of my uncle. She had
Giving
hands.
them the biz like that.
Things
Man,
going on there. There's the onlookers and the two.
yeah, my
Well,
auntie Deborah, rest in peace, nigga. She was like the hardest gangster out the whole family, nigga. Deborah was with the bullshit.
well, it was probably regular behavior, like you said. I mean, they
Yeah,
seen it before.
since they was little kids,
Yeah.
since they was like, elementary
Oh, that's
school,
what
nigga.
they
That's just
do.
what it was. So it was like,
Yeah,
well,
that's
Deborah finna
that's
fuck
what they
Carter
do.
up again.
Yeah, that's what they
Yeah.
do. Yeah, that's all good. But that is the epitome of toxic behavior, and
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah, because
allowed.
because in some families, like violence ain't something that's like a deal breaker. It's just like, well, that's just what they're gonna do. Let them fight.
Right.
Like you get in there and try to break it up, and they'll stop you. What you doing?
Right. Like what you doing? I've seen
Let
plenty
them
of
motherfuckers
fights.
get down.
Right. The saying, that's family. I can say whatever I want. Don't you say nothing about it. If we family, if they fighting, you better not jump in. You get what I'm saying? So like a bunch of stuff going on, and you know what I'm saying, stuff we was raised on that we was taught. So I mean, you know.
All right. The last two things on my list here. Number 4 is create a solid support system. This is very key, especially if you got issues in your family. You need to have some family members you need to be solid with, right?
The good cousin clique,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So you need to have
which
that
to me
support
is kind of
system.
toxic too.
It can be viewed as such, but you gotta have some
Look at
support
the
system
bougie
somewhere.
cousins. Look at they bougie asses over there.
Yup,
Yeah.
yup.
They think
But
they better than us.
hey, you gotta have it. You gotta have that support system. So especially when it comes to family. So I mean, I know we all got cousins that we're closer to than others. You know what I'm saying? And that's no exception, because I got a cousin. Shout out to my cousin Terrence. You know what I'm saying? Terry Taylor. Like we grew up. Like when we say day one, like he got a picture holding me on the first day I was on this earth, and we still hang around each other. But I have other cousins that I love and that we cool, but we just not on the same level.
Right.
So, I'm not gonna call them and confide in them or talk to them about certain things, but when I see them, it's all love. So I think that's the different thing with me. A lot of this stuff, I fall into these categories and I open myself up for toxic behavior, but I know how to recognize it,
Right.
because I'm that cousin. Like I said earlier, to show up at everything. I don't care if it's a funeral, a wedding, whatever, a family function. If they having it, they know if they call me, I'm coming. Right.
Right.
I'm gonna come. Even if I get there late, I'm gonna come and show my face, because that's just the way I am. That's just the
Right.
way like my mom is. That's just ingrained in me, right? Right or wrong, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't have any beef with anybody that I know of. Now they might have beef with me, and I've heard of people who say, things like, well, he think he all that, and he think he this, he think he got this going on. But I don't even pay no attention to that. I show up, show love. If I feel the vibe is good, I stay. If I feel the vibe is weird, what I'm saying,
out.
I speak, and then I have something else that I need to do. So
I feel it before I even go to the function, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna stay at home today.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can do that, but for me personally, people who know me know that I'm gonna try to, be supportive of every event that I can, because that's just me. And I hope that, what I'm saying, I get the same energy in return. And I think that's the, what we talked about earlier, when you don't get the support that you want from family. I think that's the where I feel let down, because I know I support everybody. I show up to all events, people's little kids' games and stuff that don't have anything to do with me. That's their kids. But if I'm doing something, they're not showing me the same love. But I don't even look for it, right? I just do it because I know I'm putting good energy out in the world. And yeah, I know they're gonna come back in other forms. It might not necessarily come back in a form of support from them, but support from the audience that we got right now, and the people that I have around me in my circle is more than enough to suffice for the people who didn't support on the outside, whether they family, friends, or whatever. So I ain't tripping.
That's facts.
I'm showing up. I'm the rebel anyway. So I'm everybody trying to be in the business of, and everybody want to be, or got a problem with. So I'm showing up for sure.
I mean, sometimes I got to make a guest appearance to show them I'm still here and I look better than you anyway. So
see,
I'm good.
This dude.
And see, in my family,
I'm just saying. That's just because I already know you've been talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Because your body language tell me the whole story. And you always got that one family member who can't keep their mouth closed. They're gonna tell you everything anyway.
I mean,
mine got divided. Like I said, and I think I might be partly responsible for it. Because after my grand funeral, I went up on them niggas. We ain't been together since. I went the fuck off. I split the whole motherfucking family up. I said, all of us that's descendants of my grandfather, we over here. But all y'all niggas that was from her first marriage, fuck y'all.
Your boy went straight in.
Yeah, I was on my Suge Knight shit, like, nigga. If you
I'm
ain't
gonna let y'all know
Pawpaw's
how I feel
grandson or
off the
granddaughter, the fuck
Right.
out of here.
Right.
And I think that's the last thing on this list. So I posted this on my page today, and the last resort on this list it was most people's first resort
Right.
is to cut you off
Off.
immediately,
Yeah.
right? It says
A
cut
lot
off
of people
all
were
contact,
saying that in the comments.
Get the
but a
fuck
lot of people,
on.com.
but a lot of people were saying it off rip. Like, you
Right.
show me who you are, I'm deuces off top. You didn't get
Right.
another chance. I don't mess with you no more. It's done. Finito.
I'm good.
Final act done. And I'm like,
Listen,
dang, you
man.
ain't gonna even give it a chance. You ain't gonna even try to fix the situation. Nah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it
I'm
off.
good. Want to know why? We're less tolerant. We our high blood pressure. We got to keep that monitor. We got to keep that right. All of these things now, man. As you get older, man, like you ain't got time for people's BS. You got so much going on, trying to hold so much other stuff together. You get what I'm saying? You're trying to keep the, you know what I'm saying, the money rolling in. You're trying to keep so and so happy. You're trying to do this. You're trying to, like, you got this whole big old ball of things that you're trying to hold together that people on the outside world don't get to know about or experience the most, get to experience about you. And they don't know that you're dealing with that. So yeah, the fuse is short with you and your BS. Cause you've been wilding out and folks been letting you do what you want to do for 10, 15 years. And they cool with it. And you meet me, I'm liable to slap you. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like it just like that's wild. And it just don't work over here. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's why you just like, you cut quick because you ain't got time for it.
It's always the short dudes trying to slap people.
But I mean, you already over here building your own family,
right?
So at the same time, like all these other family members is trickling down a tree that's acting a fool. Like it's easy to be like, okay, whatever, bye. Because I'm building my family over here anyway. At the same time, I can't. And you should have caught me when I was more tolerating, because I'm not tolerating no more. And I want my peace. And it's real peaceful over here in what I'm building.
Right.
So people got to chill out with the stuff that they're doing and really think about these actions. You want to do that? Go. You'll be done for.
The dog don't even like you. You get what I'm saying? Like you come around and my dog get aggressive. Like it just.
and I'm pro bougie clique.
Right.
Like when it comes to my family, like the cousins I fuck with, we fuck with each other tough. Like we make sure to stay in contact.
Right.
Fuck the rest of them niggas. Hey man, we're cousin. Fuck that nigga. Don't even finish his name. Fuck him. You know where that nigga at? Where he at? We don't fuck with that dude.
Right. You know he wild. You know he off the top.
That nigga been a sucker. He was a sucker when we was little.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, y'all. Well, I think we're giving you enough information to kind of, maybe help in your situation. Some of y'all are just on that energy of just cut them off, and we respect that. Life is what it is, but in other situations,
snip.
For those who want to help mend it, to fix the situation, we gave you some information, and there's plenty of resources out there. And if you really have situations in your family, we always a big proponent of,
throwing them hands.
Well, no, going to see a therapist.
Whoop they ass.
Hey, sometimes
in therapy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, hey, sometimes these hands is therapy, so
Scripture says open rebuke is better than secret love. So sometimes it's better to check somebody openly.
This is Sigmund and this is Freud.
Facts.
Yeah. Hey, well, you know what? If y'all want to do that, I would suggest going and invest in some boxing gloves and go ahead and, doing it that way. At least it's a safe method of, taking out your aggression on one another.
Depends on what state you in, because if you're in
Cali, record it.
They can file charges against you.
Film it and go viral.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Record it. You know what I'm saying? I love those videos, those backyard brawl videos. Love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just want you all to be better. Whatever it takes for you to be better in your life, that's what we're a proponent of. We're just here to give you the information and options and talk through it. You know what I'm saying, with you all, and we appreciate you all tuning in with us every time we have an episode. Every time that's why we do them live. Because we like the audience input. We like to hear and see the comments that you all make, whether they be, you know what I'm saying, great comments that's like making great points. So y'all just cutting up in the comments because sometimes y'all be cutting up in the comments, and we love it and we appreciate it and we appreciate the support. So y'all know how we do before we get up out of here. Trish Michelle, talk to the people, let them know something, closing thoughts, and let them know where to find you on social media.
All I'm gonna say is this whole blood thicker than water, they family, they, don't let that title, people need titles, they let that run their lives sometimes, and it's just, don't let the word family make you feel like you got to deal with somebody. Like if they really from time to time and then show the consistent behavior that you are not okay with and it is bothering you in your life and your peace, they can go. But we don't got to do it immediately though, like some people in the comments over there on Big Kids Facebook. But at least get the evidence and the proven behavior and facts first to know that this is how this person is gonna be. Ain't nothing gonna change. This is them, and they're not for me, and that's okay. And stand your ground, because don't let family tell you need to be nice to auntie whoever when you're fool with her.
Right.
And that's that. But you can find me on Instagram, Tricia Michelle _YT. And then, of course, you can find me on YouTube. Of course, the Tricia Michelle, TikTok, Tricia Michelle. Of course, the Fiyah Session is always where you can find me every Tuesday. So don't play yourself. Go ahead and subscribe.
Facts. Uncle Dolomite, man, I'm telling y'all before he give y'all his information in his closing thoughts, you have to follow his page. His page is with an S. My bad, S with pages, because they all have different proponents. So listen closely, take the information, and go follow his pages. Uncle Dolomite, talk to the people.
Stay away from punk motherfuckers in your family. There's a difference between family and just niggas with your last name.
Right.
Know the difference. If they not for you, fuck them. I don't care how long they been down. I don't care if that's your brother, your mama, your daddy. Fuck them. But outside of that, you can follow me at Uncle Dolomite on Instagram, X, any of that shit, or Too Much Game Podcast on Instagram. I'm also on YouTube every Sunday. I don't know what time, so just subscribe and you'll get the notification. I'll be talking that shit. I got a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Too Much Game Podcast.
He definitely talk that talk.
Yeah. So tune in. Make sure y'all tune in to get gamed up, because he definitely got it for you. For sure. We appreciate him coming through as usual. Anytime we hit him up, he say no doubt he gonna come on through. So we appreciate that. We appreciate that love. We'll continue to support. Benji Banks, the man, the brand. Talk to the people.
Man, listen, man. Listen, I've been through a lot. So life made me this way. Like whether it was intentional, whatever was going on. I've been through a lot. So unless you're willing to walk in this space and understand where I'm coming from, how my thoughts are projected, because I try to live in real life. I try to give you exactly the way I feel off the top. Nobody else's perception, ideas, just my own of what I've experienced. So, and I can tell you, man, for real, setting boundaries is probably one of the healthiest things I've ever done in my life. So set them boundaries and do not be afraid to not let anybody cross them joints, because they will try. They will definitely try. Family will try. Kids will try. The whole nine, everything. And I don't mean to say it in this way, but like sometimes even your kids, you got to tell them, like, you know what, man, I ain't got that cash today. Hold on. Like I know you used to get, I know you used to getting the bag from me, but hold on. You know what I'm saying? You can't, so sometimes, man, just in this life, your life will shape you through your experiences sometimes. So again, man, don't be afraid to set those boundaries, man, and walk in them. I promise you'll have a peaceful life, and I'm grateful for that, because I like peace, and I'm a mean little fella when I am angry. So that's why I like to stay on this calm, chill little side. You know what? I ain't even finna fool with you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, and these hands come equipped. They can get active. So, man, just you know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing, man. But you know what I'm saying? Keep it solid with people, man. Like you never know when you might need a few people. So just stay solid with them, man. Y'all know where y'all can find me. We on Facebook, IG, Instagram. Once I build up this Facebook, we finna run those numbers up. And I already ran the numbers up on IG. Then we're gonna go to YouTube. We're gonna run the numbers up on that. So we're just making it happen. So follow us. You can see me right there. Go check it out.
Facts. Well, I appreciate y'all, man. I like I said, they didn't say it a lot, and they just said it most, you know what I'm saying, mostly in poignant words. Only thing I can tell you is, man, do what's best for you.
Yeah.
You know, whatever situation, you know, you have in your life with your family members, relatives, friends,
Right.
if they're exhibiting behavior that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, add value to your life, then you need to remove yourself from that equation, right? Because if you're trying to elevate and you got people around you who are sandbaggers, they just gonna drag you down. So, you know what I'm saying, stay away from those individuals. Y'all already know y'all can catch us at Fiyah Session on all social media platforms. Just type in FIYAH Session. Pop right up. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that little bell to get the notification every time we post something new. We go live, have new content. You'll be notified. You can catch me at Big Ken's Comedy on Twitter, Big Ken's Comedy on IG or X. I'm sorry, Big Ken's Comedy on IG, Big Ken's Comedy on Facebook, on all social media platforms. Y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, and like I said, continue to support us. We got more shows, more content coming, more topics. As we always tell you all, hit us up if you want to see a certain topic talked about, or you got an idea, or you got somebody who you would like to see interviewed. Hit us up, and we're gonna be coming to you with some follow-up interviews for some people that we've had on the show that have, you know what I'm saying, are doing some big things. So, you know, as we always say, and we always point out, some of these people who come on the show, their trajectory, you know what I'm saying, has elevated. So we want to have them spin the block and come back and chop it up with us and let us know about what they're into now. So yeah,
so we've had several, and we got some new ones coming that are pretty up there. So yeah, we're working on it. Yeah.
Yep. So we got some more content coming, some more topics, some more guests. Hey, but y'all just stay tuned, and you know what I'm saying, you won't miss out. So again, we appreciate Uncle Dolly for joining us, man. Y'all go like and subscribe and follow his platforms. You don't want to miss out on that good information. Trish Michelle, Benji Bankston, Band the Brand. We appreciate y'all as usual. Big Ken, y'all already know how it is with the Fiyah Session. Peace.
Deuces.
Thank you for joining us today. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Just search Fiyah Session.